What's up, guys? I am back for another episode of TMT. TMT, did I say TMT? It's TMP, of course, the Menace Podcast. And I have a very special guest here online right now over Zoom. Somebody I've been wanting to talk to for a long time. 4-time Mr. Physique Olympia, Jeremy Buendia. What's up, my brother? How you doing, man?
I'm doing great, DJ.
Awesome. So I thought you moved to Texas. So what happened?
That was the plan. We were about to close on an escrow. We were about to close a week out. My appraisal came back on the house, and it was like $90,000 less than what I was going to pay. So we got a second appraisal, came back. They're trying to do that to people in California. So
okay.
When I was coming out there, I was looking at a house that would be, probably valued a lot more here in California. I thought I was going to get a good price on it. Ended up not being what it was. So, that along with my wife being pregnant, we thought about what were our options, and coming back home and back to our hometown, both where our families are at, was probably the best option for us. And just having our parents around the baby and just being a part of our life and being around us. We got married in November, and we've just been able to spend a lot of time with our family, and something I haven't had a good chance of, a good opportunity to do the last several years, living in Southern California and traveling the world and competing and everything. So it's been nice to slow down, come back home, and just be around family and spend some quality time with them.
Right. Awesome. So were you born in California?
Yeah, I was born in the Bay Area.
So you live in California all your life. So I want to throw you back a little bit, back into, was it middle school or high school? You played football.
Yeah.
So
football growing up my whole life.
So take me back, because are you half Filipino or full Filipino?
I'm half. My dad's Filipino, my mom is white.
Yeah, because I know your dad. I never remember meeting your mom. So you have like me. So okay. So you grew up in California, played football in high school, and tell us what happened. Why did you stop playing football?
I actually had some different offers playing at the next level. Not any big schools, but some NAIA schools, some core schools. I ended up getting a neck injury my senior year, the second game in. I ended up playing the whole season because I was getting looked at by colleges, and I wasn't practicing the whole year, just playing games. I was getting shot up with cortisone before the games to numb me up.
Oh, really?
Yeah. My brother was a D1 prospect out of high school, ended up getting injured his senior year as well, and he lost all of his scholarships. So my brother was a big guy. He was 6'1", 225 pounds, a lot bigger than I am. Mm-hmm. So colleges are still hoping for me to hit a growth spurt. I didn't end up getting that growth spurt, so D1, D2 school started to fall off when my senior year.
Right.
But I got really good grades, and I ended up getting some scholarships academically too. And then it went on into making the decision if I was going to get neck surgery to fix the herniated disc in my neck from that injury earlier on in the season and play the next level, or to call it quits with my career and go to UC Davis and study.
So when
from my house.
Yeah. So when you say fix, what did they wanted you to do?
They wanted to operate. They want to operate on me. They wanted
to fuse it.
Yeah, I don't know because we didn't even get to that stage of talking about it because I knew I didn't want to get neck surgery at 17.
Oh, so you just so the doctors suggested it to you and you refused?
No, we went and got an MRI and got my neck checked, my everything done. I had herniations in my C4 and C6. So I've been dealing with those my whole life. I've had to deal with them my whole career. And up until recently, they've actually been bothering me a lot. And I actually have an MRI coming up here on Saturday just to get it checked because I've been dealing with some numbness in my left side. And then I had shingles last month that's affecting the same disc, C5,
C6.
C6.
Okay.
So we just want to get it checked out, make sure there's nothing going on in there that's maybe progressively gotten worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you feel like any like atrophy on one side of your body parts? Like Dennis Wolf, I think, had the same issue.
Yeah. Oh, I remember I tore my pec in 2018. Right. So this is affecting my left side. Right now, I haven't worked out in 5 weeks because of the shingles. Shingles is one of the most miserable, most painful things I've been through.
Really?
It lays dormant after chickenpox. It lays dormant in your nerves. So stress can bring it on. Old age can bring it on. I guess I was really stressed out. I mean, having a baby.
Well, of course you were stressed.
A lot.
Which is
I ended up having shingles, and I broke out with a fever. Nerve pain was the worst thing. Like my whole arm would go numb, tingling feeling. And when you don't have like that strength or control over your hand, it's like it kind of trips you out.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I was actually going to try getting in the gym today. I'm feeling a lot better. I got some therapy yesterday, and I'm going to try and get in lifting today.
Got you. So after you basically said, no, I'm not going to do the surgery, let me just stop playing football. And then when did you get into bodybuilding? When did you start training or lift? Yeah. Well, you probably were lifting weights while you were playing football, but when did you say, okay, bodybuilding, this is what I want to do now?
Yeah, I was working out a lot my junior and senior year. Like I was infatuated with weightlifting. So on top of the sport-specific weight training they were doing for football class, I'd always leave practice and go weightlift. And there were some bodybuilders that trained at the local gym. There was a former Mr. California, or no, Mr. USA, Jimmy Matthews or Jimmy Christensen. Do you remember him?
No.
Back in like the early 2000s, he was a blonde-haired guy. His ex-wife was Valerie Ganji.
Oh, Valerie! Of course, I trained Valerie when she came back. She was a bodybuilder, and then she came back, and right. I know she's from down there. Yeah. Valerie. I just saw her
since I was kids, and Valerie and her ex-husband Jimmy were the ones that got me into bodybuilding when I was like 17 years old.
What a coincidence!
Out the gym, and they were like the only bodybuilders I've ever seen in my life, and I was so like, whoa.
What a coincidence. I just saw her. She's here in Arizona. I just saw her yesterday in the gym. She's been here for a few months now because she's got a winter house here, and then she's got a summer house over there, and she's going back and forth. Yeah. She's awesome. I remember, I trained her because she said she wanted to do Physique when Physique started. And I was like, she's pretty big, man. She's got a back. It's ridiculous. I said, this is going to be hard. I put her on a diet with almost no protein, no nothing. Yeah. And I said, don't flex. But she won Tampa and qualified for the Olympia.
Oh, she's amazing. And that's who I grew up with, who motivated, inspired me, and taught me everything I knew at the very beginning.
That's awesome.
And, so I started when I was like 16, 17, weightlifting like that. And then when I realized I wasn't going to play football at the next level, after my senior year, I told my high school coach I was going to drop weights class with them because it wasn't doing anything for me. I was like, I'm trying to bulk up right now. You're having us do sport-specific training. I can't grow like that. So I'm going to do my own weight training. And he was like, all right, man, that's fine. Do your thing. And then I prepped for my first bodybuilding show through graduation my senior year. I didn't do any of the senior activities. And I did my first show 2 weeks after I graduated.
So that's early. So you started off bodybuilding and went straight into competitions.
Yeah, I was 17. I did the INBA organizations, and then I didn't do my first NPC show till I was 19.
Oh, okay. So you still, how old are you right now?
I'm 30.
30 years old. So you had all that success at your early in your life. I mean, that's unbelievable. So you started competing in the NPC at 19. When did you turn pro?
Turned pro at 22. 22? Yeah, 22.
That was bodybuilding though, right? Or did you do Physique?
No, I turned pro in men's Physique.
So you already did Physique. So you started as a bodybuilder and then you switched over, or you
I switched over in 2012. I did my last bodybuilding show. I did like the cow. I took second in middleweights.
Okay. What year did the men Physique start? When they did their
2011 or no, 2012 I believe was the first year it came out in NPC.
But did they have an Olympia that year? No.
No. 2013 was the first Olympia. I took second.
So who won the first Olympia?
Mark.
Oh, Mark Anthony, right. So you placed second in your first Olympia.
Yeah.
Okay, so you knew right off the bat that you got something right there. You got this something's brewing that's going to be big.
Yeah, I felt it. I mean, I was like I said, I was bodybuilding. I went to USA's in 2012 and was looking at the competition. I was nationally qualified after taking second. And I went to look at the show. I'm like, man, these guys in middleweights, they're a lot shorter than me, a lot bigger than me, a lot older than me. And I saw Matt Christianer at that show, and he was the first men's Physique pro in that time, and he was doing a lot of great things, and I looked up to him a lot. So I saw him at the show, and I was like, hey man, I was like, well, what do you think about me switching over? I think I have a very similar physique to you at the time, and he was also a middleweight bodybuilder before, and he switched over, and there's a lot of success happened for him right away. And he talked to me about, my marketability and, the time it's going to take as a bodybuilder. And I understood that at a young age, and I wanted to jump on, I wanted to have things that happen a little bit quicker. And I knew that from what I was trying to do with my career, that the Physique was probably going to be the better route for me.
Gotcha.
And I ended up making that transition, and it did well for me. And I think Matt, multiple times in different interviews, I think we talked about it when we did the movie together too.
Yeah, perfect physique. Yeah. I remember back in the early days of Men Physique that Sadiq was kind of like a poster child. Mm-hmm. More likely the poster child, because he was winning shows. Everybody was talking about Sadiq. So was he ever somebody that you looked at and said, "This is the guy I have to beat," or was it Matt?
Yeah, I mean, I remember seeing Sadiq at the USA's that year, and I remember him walking around. I was like, "Gosh, he's a big guy. He's got some big arms on him." And I was only probably like 150 pounds when I turned pro. I was like, he's got it going on right now. And Sadiq was a big name. I mean, it was like Sadiq, Mark, Jason Poston. All those guys were the ones that were the top names when I was an amateur still. So those are definitely the guys I was, and Steve Cook. So I was always gunning for those guys, trying to get on stage with them. And, me and Sadiq battled it out in 2014, 15, big time. I mean, when you walk into, he was at the GAT and he had a lot of really big sponsors. Evogen was up and coming at that time. There's a lot of money that was being pushed behind Sadiq as well for marketing. You walk into Olympia and you have all the jumbotrons of Sadiq, playing all of his ads and stuff on there. Like, oh, cool, I'm competing against this guy. He's everywhere.
I know, right?
There's a 50-foot banner of Sadiq right in front of the stage, So it was a little intimidating going in there at 23 years old and competing against these guys. And, I did my best to try and keep a chip on my shoulder and have some sort of attitude to kind of hide my insecurities a little bit, try to, rise up to the occasion. I felt like, I had to do that in some way to hold my ground against them.
So your first Olympia was 2013 where you placed second?
Yeah.
So what happened after that? You're right there. So, what was it from 2013 to 2014? What did you change, or what happened in your attitude? What happened to make you come out on top the next year?
Hani took over. Hani became my coach.
Okay, so before you didn't work with Hani.
I had a coach out here named Mike Wood. It's Trish Wood's ex-husband. She's a physique pro as well.
Okay.
He did some work with me back out here. I worked at their gym when I was an amateur as a trainer, and he helped me out a little bit with my prep as I got ready for Olympia. And then after that, that's when after I took second place, Hani realized, that I can probably be the champion.
Yeah. Is that when he signed you right off the bat, or?
No, he signed me the night before I won my pro debut.
So you were already with him.
Yeah, we lived 2.5 hours away from each other.
Okay.
So, and I was already taking Evogen supplements back when they first came out. Like the supplement store up here had them, and I loved the products. So he knew that I liked their stuff, and it worked out really well. So
what would you say changed? What did he change in your approach to get that title? Anything that was different, major difference?
He helped me out a lot with just the accountability, understanding what the proper way of getting through an actual professional prep, and not just messing around and doing things, not the proper way. I learned a lot about training as well, and a lot about, I think the biggest thing was the intensity of our workouts. I learned how to tap into a different intensity level when I train. And not only that, but I was sitting around a table with guys like Jay Cutler and Phil Heath. It was really motivating for me to be sitting at a table with those guys early on. I felt like I had some shoes to fill, and I felt like I was already sitting at the table with these guys that had all these titles. I felt it was destined for me to have it. So I just wanted to work hard to get there. And when I was with Hani, I worked my ass off. I felt like I had a lot to prove, especially when I'm sitting around a table like that. I had to work really hard all the time. And I always felt like I had something to prove.
So that's a tremendous amount of motivation, knowing you on a team with all those guys, and everybody is Mr. Olympia. So now, of course, you wanted to get that title, so you can sit at that table and say, "I'm Mr. Olympia too," correct?
Yeah, man, it was. Yeah.
That's what I would feel. If I'm
you gravitate to who you associate with. You become who you associate with. And a lot of those things, hanging around with those guys, I learned a lot. About what it takes to be a champion. A lot of those things, I carry on into everyday life now. So I'm appreciative for the relationships I did have with those guys when I had them.
Did you see yourself winning the title 4 times? Did you see that happening?
I see myself winning it 5 times. That's why I got the tallies on my neck.
Okay.
I started tallying up because I wanted 5.
Okay, so you're going too fast, because I was going to ask you that later, but you already let that out, which is okay. But now, you're coming back 2014, you win the Olympia. Now you're on top of the world. Now, what is the difference between winning the Olympia or chasing the Olympia? What changed in your mentality, and because now, you obviously the target is on your back. Now everybody's chasing you because you're the top number one. How much harder is it to repeat? Because people don't understand, when you're not Mr. Olympia and you're training for the Olympia, it's a little bit different than if you're Mr. Olympia and you have to defend a title.
I thrive with the pressure. That's the thing. I love being on top. I love being the champ, and I'm at my best when I'm on top. And it's been a battle the last few years of trying to get back to where I was, because I don't know. For me, when I'm on top, it was easier for me to hold my title. I never lost. I never had to really fight for it. I had it from the get-go. From 2014, when I was climbing up, I was hungry for it, but I felt like it was mine already. I knew I was so confident I was going to be the champion at one point in time that I feel like I don't know how to explain it, Dennis. I really don't.
I feel you because I have never won the Olympia, but I know what I would feel like winning it. I can imagine.
Joe Weider's Olympia here in Orlando, Florida. A little bit strange coming out of Las Vegas for all of those years.
Good evening, and welcome to the event that nearly never happened.
There's been an absence of a particular group of people on this stage that are back tonight. Tonight I'm here to say, welcome back to Miss Olympia.
I have never won the Olympia, but I know what I would feel like winning it. I can imagine. So I know what you're saying.
It gave me a certain energy, man. It gave me a certain energy, and the energy I could have dealt with in two ways, and I unfortunately I dealt with it towards the end and in the wrong way, but I was thriving in every way possible at one point in time. And that energy, that momentum that you have built up, similar to what I'm seeing with Chris Bumstead right now. His momentum is huge. Mm-hmm. He's thriving on every platform right now. And I know what he's going through. I know how he's feeling because he's on top and like he's the champ. And with that, I don't see him losing anytime soon because that energy he's accumulating.
If he can keep that up,
he's feeding off it, and he's getting better and better and better. Yeah. And I feel that, I operate well off that. I operate really well off positive energy. Mm-hmm. And, it's going to be a fight to come back. And that's something that is probably one of my biggest weaknesses is dealing with negative energy. Yeah. And I feel if I'm able to accomplish and overcome this, it's going to be me defeating one of my weakest aspects.
Do you think that you would have been even better if you wouldn't feed into this negative stuff sometimes? Do you think that would have make you even better? Man. So you would be even more dangerous if you wouldn't waste your energy on unnecessary dramas. 100%. Let me put it this way.
You told me this on video during the movie. Mm-hmm. Like you can't fight everybody. You can't argue with everybody. Yep. You gotta pick and choose your battles. And being young and having that spotlight on me, I felt like I had to answer to everybody.
Yeah, but you know why I said that? Because I can understand some people, get emotional fast, but you're on top, you're the champ. You as a champ, I think you don't have to battle with everybody who's trying to be you. But you are, and this is the old Jeremy that I want to also talk about. The old Jeremy was very emotional. I believe that's the way I know you, and I know you two ways. I know that you 100% you get the job done when it's necessary, but you're also a little bit easy to get the best of you. I mean, somebody can, and even it could be someone that is not even a factor. That's the Jeremy the other Jeremy that I know. And I don't know why this is. I don't know why. I think some people say that's a personality that you have. I think that's something that you adapt from somewhere, because as much as you can adapt something, you can get rid of it also. And there's certain things in life that can happen that change a person 180%, and that's exactly what happened to you. But before I tell you what that was, is what were you feeling at that time where you thought you had to answer to people to have anything negative to say about you, even in messages?
What was I feeling? A lot of the times I was only responding to people because there was some people that I knew personally. Very rarely am I responding to some random person, random comment.
Okay.
I don't know. But it's personal, people we see in the industry, and unfortunately a lot of the conversations that I do have, I try to keep personal, and they get aired out publicly by the other party. So
right.
It's just, that's the name of the game. A lot of that's what happens. And I do get messages. People know I'm easy to upset, or easy to get a response or reaction out of. I had somebody say that to me a few months ago. I was like, why'd you even bother? Oh, I don't even think that of you. I just knew you were going to respond, or I know you're easy to upset. I'm like, all right, man, I'm not going to bother with any of you guys anymore. It's just because there's a lot of stuff out there, data that's said about me that's just completely untrue. And a lot of people believe it. Mm-hmm. And it has damaged my reputation and my career. And
I don't think so. I don't think that your reputation is damaged in any way, because it's people talk, but there's a lot of bullshit, and we all know that. At the end of the day, it's mostly whatever people say. There's mostly a reason behind it. I think that some people said certain things about you or to you to throw you off your game, because they figured this might be a way I can beat him, if they throw him off his game,
100%, yeah.
And therefore, I don't think your reputation is damaged in any way, because even though there was a lot of bullshit that was talked, I don't even want to bring that up, because for me, this is bullshit. You know what I mean?
Well, that bullshit, I've lost sponsors. It's been damn near 2 years since I've had a steady sponsor. When you're dealing with the social media and stuff like that, these people were so nasty that, they would just flood sponsors' pages, trying to get me dropped, and that's what ended up happening. And it's, died off now, and as I make my way back, hopefully some sponsors will make their way back around as I come back. But it was humbling in a lot of ways, bro. Like, I look at everything now as everything happens for a reason, and it's a way of God teaching me a lesson in some way, shape, or form. And I wasn't on the right path after my Olympia. I can be the first one to admit that. I was very successful during my time on top, and that success came very fast. And I was a young guy making a whole bunch of money, and I let it get to the best of me. I let my head get big. I started, I sabotaged relationships. I allowed the wrong people to get in my corner, and one thing leads to another, and it can change who you are. And that's what it did to me. I started losing sight of who I truly am, where I came from, and started acting a certain way that wasn't really me. And when you start being something you're not, people can see right through it, and that's what got people to start to dislike me, because I was getting away from who I really am. Mm-hmm. And if I didn't go through everything, if I didn't lose the sponsors and take the financial hit that I've taken, and kind of had to rethink what's valuable in my life, I wouldn't be sitting here right now thinking that I could have another chance at this.
Right. Well, just you saying what you just said tells me that your mind is in a very good place right now, and you understand that certain things were unnecessary. But listen, you live and you learn, and if you don't make mistakes, you don't learn. You can't just learn the good things. Sometimes you have to do the bad things in order to learn that that's not working for you. So I believe that you are right there where you should be, and the main reason for that is you finally have what every single man on this planet is looking for, and that is a good woman on your side and a baby. A baby will fix any problem you have. A good wife with a kid, I guarantee you will always have a different outlook on certain things in life. You will have a different motivation. Right now, I take it from what you said before, you're coming back for another title. You're not doing this for yourself anymore, so you're doing this for your family. Okay, so this is a total different motivation. People don't understand. You can be motivated because you're the champ, but right now you're motivated because you are responsible for two people in your life that have your back for the rest of your life, and and there's certain things that you're going to have to get done, and therefore I believe you are on a total different level right now. And I can't wait to see what's happening. Once you get back in the gym, injury free. I don't know. You said you haven't trained in 5 weeks. What's the situation like? What would you say?
I still have a road ahead of me as far as getting back on stage.
Yeah.
Olympia is 6.5 months away from now. I don't, for me, it's also going to be a smart business move as well to get back on stage for me as well.
Yeah.
That I know there's got to be a sponsor. I got to establish a team. I'm not going to be able to do it alone.
Right.
There's no, I need a, right now I'm Abdullah from Oxygen. I've been talking to him about trying to help me come back. The thing is, I need to figure out what exactly I need to get me back to the stage, and to be at my best.
The main thing, you need a reason. Everything else.
I have a reason. And it's just, I just know that there's a process of doing it.
Right.
I've done it before. I've done this. I've won it 4 times before. I know how I can capitalize on Olympia as well. There's more to it than just stepping on stage. And, there's my comeback is, I feel it could be a big story.
Yeah.
Especially if I win again. There's going to be a big story. I know my audience. I know my fans. And there's just got to be a very strategic way of coming back. I can't just flop it together and just show up on stage. There's more, it means more. There's got to be more behind it for me.
If you ask me, if I can give you one advice, the only advice I would give you is don't rush it. Okay? Yeah. You don't want to come back and be less than 100%. So for you, I mean, if you would ask me, I would say, listen, comeback is a must. But make sure you're ready, So now the Olympia is 6 months? I don't know if that's enough time for you to get where you need to be, I'm not talking about mentally, because mentally you could be ready a year ago. But I'm talking physically, your body needs to get back. All the injuries and the training to get back to where it was. It's going to take more than 6 months. Okay.
Especially at the level these guys are at now. It's a different ballgame.
Exactly.
They stepped it up a lot. Since the last time I was on stage, these guys have gotten bigger, they've gotten harder, they've gotten better.
Exactly.
I tip my hat out to all the guys, regardless if they like me or not. They work hard. I've seen the progress they've made, and they've made my mountain a lot steeper to climb.
Yeah.
I'm game for it. I still got, the only thing I got on these guys is I'm still younger than most of them.
Exactly. That's why I'm saying
the only guy in that top 5. The only guy that's younger than the top 5 is Hani's new guy, Andre.
But that's why I'm telling you, don't rush it, because you have time on your side and you don't want to be less than 100%, So for me, I think perfect scenario would be Jeremy coming back for the Olympia 2022. And being the Jeremy that you want to be when you step on that stage, that your daughter be over a year old, she'll be right there with your wife, can watch you on stage, that would be a nice comeback video right there.
It'd be amazing. I can see it happening right now.
So what does it feel like being a newlywed? You just got married in November, you said?
Yeah, got married on Thanksgiving.
So that's a big step. I mean, I remember when I got married, and it took me forever before I said, okay, let's get married. I think I waited 6 years, 6 or 7 years before.
I've known my wife since I was 8 years old.
Okay, that makes sense. But still, at the point where you get married, I remember exactly. I'll tell you the story. I remember exactly the day I got married. I remember it was June 29th, 2002. Where I finally decided it's okay. I remember Dorian Yates flew over to Thailand for my wedding, Milo Sajev, Dexter Jackson, Stan McCrary. Well, I had a nice wedding, and I remember when I got dressed before the wedding, I'm having a conversation with myself, looking in the mirror. I'm seriously looking, because I know who I was, because that's why I know how you feel, because I was a changed man that day. And a good woman can do that to you. She will change your life. She will change your personality. Everything's different. I looked in the mirror and I got dressed and I'm looking. I said, "Do you really want to do this? You can still pull out." So I'm looking in the mirror, telling myself, "You can still pull out if you're not sure." I'm having a conversation with myself for 10 minutes. "No, you want this. You want this. You're good. Let's go." That was my conversation. How did you feel?
I knew I had a good one, man. I've dated around. I've traveled around the world. I've done my thing, and I have a really good wife. I have a good woman. I couldn't ask for a better woman. So I knew when I was up there on the altar that I was making the right decision.
Right.
And especially since we're having a child, I was like, I don't want my daughter to grow up in a family where her parents.
Right. See, that's awesome. But can you tell that the way of thinking changed after you get married and now you have a baby? Can you tell the difference?
Yeah, my life has changed a lot, man. I'm not first anymore. I'm not a selfish person like I was, last week.
Yeah, I hear you.
First born, she's born 10 days ago now. and it's everything I do now. It's for her. You know, I'm second, third behind my wife.
Right.
So it's just getting up and going to work. It's not for me. It's for them. You know, working hard, getting myself back into the gym. It's not for me. It's for them. Like you said, there's a whole different meaning to love when you hold your child for the first time. You know, it's.
Were you scared? Were you scared when she was born?
Yeah, hell yeah, I was scared. I was terrified. I got the shingles the week before, bro.
It's funny because I tell people, man, you're gonna be scared. No, why would I be scared, man? You be scared because the first thing you want to do, you want to count fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me see the toes.
Yeah.
You want to make sure everything is there.
I just want to make sure I'm going to be able to take care of her. You know, I want to give her the best life possible.
Right.
And, you know, the weeks leading up to her being here, I had a lot of anxiety because it's the rest of your life. You know, my main goal and my main job is now to be a father to her, and everything else is second to it. So it's, you know, even with like the supplement sponsors I'm talking with right now in discussions with, like, they're like, hey, how much are you willing to travel? I'm like, how many international trips do you want me to do? Like, I don't. It's like, because I leave to go to the grocery store and I miss her.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot of things that change, and you know, thank God for FaceTime, because I remember the times when I had to leave Thailand and had to be in the States for 3 months to get ready for the Olympia. There was no FaceTime. You know, it was long distance phone calls that you can't afford because they're fucking expensive. You know what I mean?
I don't see how, like, Brandon Curry leaves for like 3 months at a time to get ready for Olympia.
Yeah.
And it's just like, man, like, and he's got all his little kids too, like, and they're like all playing sports. And
yeah, but like, they're all grown enough, big enough to understand why he's going.
100%. Brandon's a great father to his children. His children are great. Great athletes, very respectable kids. And he's done a great job with them, but I just can imagine how much he has to sacrifice to do what he has to do to go over there. I don't know if I would be able to leave.
That's a little different if you have one little precious girl, or you got four knuckleheads running around getting on your nerves all day. You're glad to get away for a couple of days. You know what I mean?
Yes, but I guess when they get a little bit older, man, I have a lot of respect and admiration for the fact that he's able to swallow that and be able to do that, because that's got to be really hard.
But Brandon's got a good wife too. She's got everything under control. So if you know that things are taken care of when you're not there, then you feel safer. You know,
she's a boss lady. I've met her plenty of times.
Yeah. And she you don't mess with her either. She's not being messed with. Trust me.
She's Filipino, isn't she?
Yeah. Well, she's Hawaiian. I think she's from Hawaii. Okay. I don't know if she's Filipino. I don't know. Hawaii, are they?
I think she is. I think Brandon might have mentioned that to me.
All I know is that she's from Hawaii, so it could be that she's a Polynesian part. I'm not sure. But listen, at the end of the day, she's a good mom. I know. I remember I met her many years ago. I'm going at the beginning of Brandon. We're doing a photo shoot. She's a rock, and he knows he doesn't have to worry about anything. And if you have that woman at the house, and this is the same with me, when you know you have a solid one that you don't have to worry about that she's going to hang out, go into clubs at night while you're not there, or all that other bullshit. When you have that, you know, you got it made. Because at the end of the day, that's all we're looking for. You know what I mean? That's all we're looking for, you know?
I've dealt with that in past relationships. When you travel, what are you doing? Oh, I'm out at the club. I'm like, come on, man. Come on. I'm out here working right now.
So what would you change from all the stuff that was good? Let me point one thing out, because there was, you had a little argument with a few people, but it seems to me that, and I didn't follow this. I saw it later, like I think 6 months later. You and Andre Ferguson had, you guys were going back and forth, like two enemies, total enemies. Are you guys good now? Is that out of the wall?
That guy's a punk. And he always is going to be a punk. He talked bad about my wife, talked bad about the mother of my child. He's a punk.
Okay, so
there's no reason to ever bring anything personal up, especially when we're talking shit about stage talk. You don't bring personal shit up, especially when you're going to be cool to my face and then be a punk online. I don't got any respect for that guy, because I also hit him up in the DM and he aired it out to social media like little girls. So I don't got respect for that. But I'm going to talk to you privately. That's because I'm talking to privately. You don't got to go run out there so you have all your boys chime in and come talk shit. Like, handle it.
So you don't think this would be something that could be fixed and put an end to it?
If you want to publicly apologize to me and my wife, you can do that.
Why would he have to why would you say apologize publicly? Why wouldn't you just apologize to you and her?
Apologize to me and my wife. That's fine.
Yeah, that's what I say. I mean, to make it public, it sounds like you guys.
I didn't mean to. Yeah, you're right. I didn't need to publicly. He can apologize to me and my wife.
Yeah, because if that's what he did, then he needs to apologize. I mean, there's no other way around it.
I mean,
but I think it would be.
Well, if he can apologize to me and my wife, I'm willing to let it go. I'm not. I don't hold. If he can own up to it, I don't hold grudges.
Yeah, and if he's a man about it, then he's going to apologize. I mean, that's what I would do if I know I said something. And if I say something like this, I'm not saying this because I feel it. I'm saying this to hurt a person. Okay, and there's no reason to bring kids or family, mother or anybody into any fight unless you really want to hurt a person by saying it, and then you need to apologize. Absolutely, I'm absolutely for that. But you would be willing to take an apology and put an end to this shit, because I think, going forward, I want everybody to see the Jeremy now. I don't want people to remember the Jeremy that gets hot-headed real quick. Somebody you can throw off. I would like for the people to see. That's why I'm talking to you today, because I want the people to see how you feel and how do you see certain things now, because people don't know that, and sometimes social media can only give so much information.
And Dennis, I want everybody to know, I've changed a lot. My perspective has changed a lot, but there's going to be some boundaries with me. You don't talk about my wife, you don't talk about my family, you don't talk about my child. Any of those things are going to set any man off. So my last blow up that I had on social media with Andre has been the only blow up I've had in probably since in a long time. I've been good. I kept my cool up. I got provoked, and I got dragged out in the public eye. I was trying to keep everything off social media. I was trying to keep it calm. It got dragged into social media. Okay. I was also drinking a lot at the time too. COVID, it didn't bring out the best of me. I was drinking a lot, and he caught me on a bad day. I haven't drank alcohol in I don't know how long. I'm trying to get back to training. I'm doing everything I can to try and get my life back on track. And, and I know these guys don't want me to. A lot of these guys, whenever they see an opportunity to try and take me down, in some shape, way, or shape, or form, they do. And if that's the way they want to play, that's the way they're going to try and play it. But, I want to just get back on stage and compete. I don't want to do the Instagram drama. I don't want to talk shit to these guys, because their lives are their lives. I have my own life off social media. Now.
Right.
I have a family. I have my own life, and what I do on social media is my fitness thing, and nothing needs to be dragged, nothing needs to be crossed that line.
And you have 4 Olympia medals to prove that you've been there and done it, so you don't have nothing to prove anymore. So therefore, even there's going to be a few idiots. I'm calling them idiots that probably still will try to say something on your way back to, because they're worried about you taking their spot. But if you do what you need to do, and that's just ignore all the bullshit, people going to stop. As soon as they realize it doesn't affect you anymore, they will stop, because like I said, if you don't feed into it, they have to stop.
And I trust me, man. I ignore a lot. You guys haven't seen much, but the Andre thing, there's stuff all the time. I ignore it. I put it behind.
You know why I sympathize with you? Because when I see you, I see myself when I was your age. I was the exact same way. I would not let nobody try to do everything that sounded like it was disrespectful. I thought I had to stand up for it, because I want people to. But at the end, what I tried to achieve was people to respect me and not do it. It blew up and was the exact opposite. They realized.
I posted something like yesterday in my story. Don't worry about the disrespect you receive from people you don't respect. Mm-hmm. So that's the thing I gotta start working on. If you're gonna talk shit about me, your words mean nothing to me, because I have no respect for you anyways.
Right, and
I can't let people affect. I can't let them get in my head. I can't let them affect my day.
Yeah,
and I've let that happen in the past, and I've done a lot better job of not ignoring a lot of things and just moving on. And
I know the problem is, if you're on top of a game somewhere, if you the champ, you don't want to read negative shit about you, and that's But I always tell people,
happen, man. Like
you have to build a thick skin, and the more popular you get, the more bullshit you're going to have to listen to and read. That's just the way it is. It comes with the territory. If you're not popular or nobody cares about you, you won't say nothing. At the end of the day, if you don't have haters, that means you don't have any success. Okay.
I feel you, man. And I sympathize with even like Brandon right now. I saw he got a new car and people talking shit about his car. I'm like, the dude just got a brand new car. It's a nice car. Like, leave him the fuck alone. It's like, you know, like
that's just
people want to talk shit to make themselves feel better. And you know, I guarantee more than half the people that were talking shit about his car don't drive anything nicer than him. So.
But you realized how Brandon handles this bullshit? He's very, very good in handling negative shit. I've never seen him blow up or say anything negative, you know, even on negative comments. And he had a lot. After he won the Olympia, he had a lot of haters write shit to me. Yeah, you only lucky because so-and-so wasn't there, you know what I mean? And he handled it very well. And therefore, he got away with it because if you don't respond, these guys let go. As long as you respond, they think, oh, I got him. You know, you remember MySpace, or you may be too young?
No, I remember MySpace.
You remember MySpace? Bro, man, I used to fucking try to go on their profiles, find out where they live. It's like, maybe I could go to his house, you know, and kick the door in and do something. That's how bad it was, you know? And at the end of the day, it's social media, bro. These guys don't even have a face, you know? So.
Yeah. No, I give it to Brandon. He's done a great job, man.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to getting back on stage with him too. You know, it's gonna be fun to compete against those guys. He's done a good job.
No, I was talking about Brandon Curry. I was talking about Brandon Curry.
Oh no, I thought I was talking about Brandon Hendrickson.
No, Brandon Curry. No, not Hendrickson. I don't know. I don't see any stuff about him, but he'll probably. Yeah, I don't see him in any negative light. But no, I was talking about Brandon Curry because after he won the Olympia, he got a lot of shit.
Oh, well, dude, yeah, of course. I mean,
you know.
But Brandon did an amazing job.
Yeah.
You know. Brandon did an amazing job.
Yeah.
You know, no, I mean, he deserved, man. I've been a big fan of Brandon since he turned pro way back when. I remember seeing him in the magazines. Mm-hmm. You know, he's a prodigy, man. Like, he's incredible. And seeing his climb out to the top and how hard he's been working, you know, it goes to show that, like, you know, he genetically, you know, he was a lot smaller guy compared to those guys when he first turned pro. He built himself up, man, to win the title like he did, and he did a good job representing Olympia in that organization.
Yeah,
I'm proud of him. He's a nice guy.
So when you watched the Olympia last year? Obviously, you followed it on.
I didn't. I watched the wrap ups and stuff.
So you didn't see any footage, any pictures?
I saw footage of which division.
So let's talk men physique first. What did you see in men physique? What has changed since you left? You left 2018, right? Was that your last one, 18?
Yeah.
Okay, so 19, 20. So you had 2 Olympias that you were sitting out. What do you think changed since 2018?
It has got a lot bigger and a lot harder. Well, from what I see in pictures, I mean, when they talk about their weight doesn't seem to go up very much. But they've gotten better. They've gotten harder, and just overall, they look bigger.
So did you? What did you? The placings? Did you think the placings were fair?
Yeah, I think Brandon had it for sure this year.
Yeah,
Brandon looked great. I still don't think he looked as good as he did when he beat me in 2018. Mm-hmm. I still think that was his best. Brandon was so dialed in 2018. I knew he was going to beat me in 2018. We're backstage.
So Brandon won in 2018, then he lost it in 2019.
Yeah, Raymond beat him in 2019.
And then he won it back in 20.
Yeah, Brandon came in off in 2019 the way I came in off in 2018. Mm-hmm. And then he lost it because he spilled over. And then we came back and won it this year, and he looked great. But I think his 2018 package was his sharpest.
So what does Jeremy Buendia has to do to win the Olympia back? What do you think?
I think I need to come in about bringing the same package I brought in 2017, but like 5 pounds bigger. Mm-hmm. You know, I don't need to be the biggest guy on stage.
No, you don't. Absolutely not. It's all about shape.
I think if I come in around like 187, I was 184 last time, and I just come in conditioned like I have been in the past. Mm-hmm. And I still feel like I come in more conditioned than I have. I was still a little bit off in 2017 when I got a perfect score. I was still a little bit off. So I can't come down to dieting and this, you know, I got to work harder on my dieting and I got to get better. There still hasn't been a year I feel like I dieted at 100%. I could always give it a little bit better effort in my dieting.
Mm. Okay. So I can't help but notice that you just love to pose, you know? So as a Physique Olympia, everything is about posing, and you put a lot of focus on posing and routines. When are you going to see you switch to classic?
Did you see how big the guys are in classic now? Like it's bodybuilding now.
So you don't want to take it there? You don't want to take it a step further? You're 30 years old. I didn't turn pro till I was 32.
Honest, Dennis, it's about how my body is if my body allows me to. If I can get healthy again and my body's going to allow me to push, you know, the way I need to push to compete at the next level, where I'm going to be able to push the amount of weight, you know, and feel good in the gym, not worry about going to the gym and trying to work around an injury, then potentially, but you know, I don't know. I don't know if I have the structure to do it because my weight on Physique, I already cap out for my classic height. Like I'm 100, I think I can weigh 183 pounds at 5'7" or 8.
Is that an amateur weight or the professional weight? Because the pros.
Pro.
Really? How tall are you?
They probably measure like 5'7.5".
Okay, so you can weigh only 183?
I think it's 183. Breon gets down to 184.
But Breon is not 5'7.5".
We're about the same height. We're close to it.
You think?
Yeah, and he walks around like 230 in his offseason. Breon's a freak, man. I don't see how he cuts down to 184.
He literally has to lose muscle, and I've seen it happen because the year before, 2019, he was training in Phoenix. He was training in Phoenix for the Olympia, and I saw him pose 4 weeks out. He was already totally peeled, and he still had to lose weight. So that's why I was a little surprised when he announced that he's staying in Classic and he's not going up to 212, because he literally has to sacrifice a little bit of muscle in order to make weight.
Yeah. I was backstage with him in 2017. We were tanning. And not backstage, we were in wherever we were tanning. It was like 2 days out. And he was posing, and I asked him, like, how much do you weigh? He asked me how much I weigh. I go, I'm like 186 right now. He goes, that's crazy. I weigh 184. I looked at him. I'm standing there in my underwear. And he's in his underwear, and we're looking in the mirror. I'm like, I don't get it. I don't get it.
I think he's shorter than you. If you're 5'7.5", I think Breon is. If I had to guess, Breon, don't get mad at me, but I think more like 5'5.5", 6".
No. I worked out with him like a few months ago, right before Olympia.
Let me see if I can Google how tall is Breon. Siri probably won't know, huh?
It's 5'7". Yeah, we're about the same height.
Where does it say 5'7"? Yeah, that's probably what he says. It's probably 5'6".
I don't know. I think we're at the same height. I don't think he's shorter than me. But like I said, like the division, it's growing, and I don't know where I would be. I don't know how I would weigh in at. I wouldn't even be able to make weight. I walk around, Dennis. I walk around. I haven't worked out in 5 weeks. I'm off everything, and I walk around at 186 pounds.
Mm. So that's your contest weight.
Yeah, but like I said, this is my normal. My body wants to be at 186 naturally.
Yeah. So is it hard for you to gain weight then? Is it hard? Mm-hmm. So you got to force feed and all that stuff?
Yeah, I don't have it. I hate eating. Like I'll get to 200 pounds.
Really? Yeah.
I just stay at 200 pounds. I won't get any bigger. And it's my eating. I've always had an issue eating. I can't get a lot of food down.
Mm. So how did you manage to get that food down every time? Did you do anything? I
forced myself to eat it. I mean, once your body gets going on prep, after I'm like, six weeks in, like my metabolism takes over, and then I'm eating every 2 hours. I need to.
So how many meals you eat right now?
I'm not dieting right now. I'm terrible right now.
I know, but how many meals you get in? You eat probably when you're hungry, whatever you want, like me.
Yeah, I eat probably 2 meals a day, maybe 1 or 2 shakes.
You still do shakes?
Yeah, that's the only way I'm getting calories, and I do like 1,000 calorie shake in the morning and 1,000 calorie shake in the day. I'm lucky.
I haven't done a shake in years, man. It's like the only shakes I do is I do my own milkshakes.
Yeah, I'm just trying
ice cream and a banana.
I don't lose any more weight. When I'm working out again, like I said, I'm gonna try getting in the gym after this call and start getting on a regimen again. I'm gonna try to get in like at least 5 meals and a shake. I need to get the calories in. My metabolism's pretty good, so I don't get fat. I can eat whatever, I won't get fat.
So what part of California are you in right now? You're in Sacramento?
Yeah, right outside of Sacramento.
Okay. So if there's any sponsors that are interested in getting in touch with you, how can they get in touch with you?
You can just message me in my email. It's on my Instagram.
Just use the email and Instagram?
My direct messages. Yeah, my email's listed on my Instagram. You can direct message me.
So are you still doing your coaching? You do your in gym coaching?
That's what I've been doing. I've been coaching.
Yeah. Are the gyms open?
I've been getting by, man. I've been getting by without sponsors. I've been doing just fine, and thankfully I still have a good clientele base, and we're doing our thing.
So what were you doing this whole time due to COVID, when there was no gyms open? What did you do? Online, everything? Yeah,
I was doing online coaching. It was times tough, man. Unfortunately, I made a lot of money in my past, made some good investments, and I have some money working for me.
Okay. All right, smart. That's another smart move, yeah, always. Because people your age, usually when they make a lot of money, they like to just enjoy every day and thinking this is never going to stop. You know?
And trust me, I could have done a lot better, manage my money. I mean, I bought a Lamborghini for a year and a half, and that was.
I know. You know what? I said I didn't say nothing, but I sat back and I was like,
I could afford it. I could make the payments, but was it a good investment? Absolutely not. I could have bought, with the amount of money I spent on that Lamborghini in a year and a half, I could have had a couple rental properties. So it's just getting older and understanding and learning as you go. And unfortunately, my mistakes have been very expensive mistakes. But I'm 30 and I still think I can have another opportunity and come into this money again. So I just want to,
and driving a Lamborghini is fun for how many days?
It was not even like I feel like people hated me for it.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. You get fucking hate.
If I posted a picture of it, I'm showing off. If I didn't post a picture of it, I got it repoed. So those are the two options. There's no winning.
What was the payment on the Lamborghini a month?
$3,000.
$3,000. It's not even that bad.
No, but I had 2 other cars, and then I had a DUI when I was 20, so I was paying SR22 car insurance on a Lamborghini.
Oh,
not a good idea.
But listen, you learn. That's the things you learn. You can. And this is Flex Wheeler told me this many years ago. He said, "Don't do like I did." I said, "What do you mean?" I said, "Don't go off buying all kind of cars, But you got this is a phase. Everybody goes through this phase where you're gonna have to buy the cars that you like, because when you're at a point where you can afford it, that's when you want to do it. You don't want to do it when you can't afford it." Okay, because that's an even bigger mistake, because now you put yourself in the hole. But, I did that. Everybody did that, you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, this is a learning experience. And how many people can say they had a Lamborghini at your age?
It's a cool story, but, I was telling my wife, like, I don't even miss the car I miss the most is my M4.
Yeah. You had the BMW too. I remember that.
Yeah, I like that. But,
so what do you drive now? What are you getting now? A minivan?
No, I said nothing. We moved up north, man. We're up close to the mountains. I actually got a
truck.
I got a truck.
Oh, okay.
Nice. It's a Chevy.
So okay. Truck is
my first truck I ever have. So it's cool. And then my wife tries. She has an AMG.
Oh, okay. A lot of people switch to truck. Even Dennis Wolf, he bought a truck now. He doesn't post about his cars. He came to visit, and he came up in a Ford. What was it? Nice. It was Raptor. Raptor, yeah.
Yeah. I got the Chevy version of it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was awesome. And he said, he was always Mercedes. He's like me. We're from Germany. We're Mercedes guys. It's all Mercedes. But he's.
You have your GT?
What?
You still have your GT?
No, I gave the GT away, and I still got my S Class, and I got the GLE, the 63, the AMG, that coupe. Yeah, it's a nice one. But like I said, also, who the hell needs 2 cars? at the end of the day. But thank God they paid for it, so I don't do any payments. So, but I would, if somebody asked me now, I said, don't buy 2 cars. You only can drive one at a time, So but listen, somebody we learn the hard way. But like I said, it's better to do it while you can than to do it when you can't do it and you just want to flash.
I just know, like, everything I learned from my past run, like, they're all lessons that I'm going to carry over into the future, and now I won't make the same mistakes. And so I'm very confident if when we get going again, that things will be a lot different this time around.
So there's no more moving away from California. You think you're staying there now?
My brother ended up moving to Texas with his family.
A lot of people move to Texas. I was looking too. I was looking in Dallas.
Yeah, it's nice out there. It's growing. It's a good place to buy for investment too. So the area is beautiful. Except for what just happened. I'm glad I wasn't there recently because with all the storms and whatnot.
The winter storm, yeah.
My brother was actually having to house like half his block because he was the only house on the street with electricity and water.
So everybody living in his house.
Everybody was living in his house. Yeah, I was talking to Jason Poston every day because he was dealing with it. My brother teaches swim lessons to Jason's kids.
Oh, and he ended up with twins, didn't he?
Yeah.
How is he doing? I haven't seen him since I saw you guys in Australia.
What?
That's the last time I saw Jason. Yeah, I haven't seen him since.
He's doing good, man. He's just living the family life, doing this thing. He's got this really cool home gym he's doing all of his content out of, but he seems happy, man.
So what does he do? But he's no longer competing either. He's done.
No, he's just doing his thing on social media. So
okay.
He's got some sponsors, and he's got his own CBD company he's doing now.
CBD?
Yeah.
Shit, somebody asked me to invest in a CBD company 6-7 years ago.
Yeah, right?
I said, get away with this bullshit.
Well, people told me
today he drives past me with a damn Lamborghini and waves out of the car. I was like, here you go. I didn't believe in it.
We had a friend that bought a bunch of cryptocurrency like 2 years ago and was talking about how he's pissed because he lost a bunch of money. He's wasted on cryptocurrency. Well, he didn't waste any money because he's made a ton.
Yeah. I don't even know anything about crypto. What is it? What is cryptocurrency? I don't know. People offer me like, what is it? I would never buy what I don't know.
Man. The way they're printing the money here in the U.S., I mean, our value of the dollar is going down the drain by the day. So, who knows what's going to happen.
So what do you mean by that? That means the value is going down. That means $100 is not $100?
Well, when you start printing money, inflation happens. So then the cost of everything is going to go up because the value of the dollar goes down. Everybody's going to have more money, so there's going to be more money to spend, and things are going to cost more.
But the cryptocurrency...
To bring things in is going to cost more money for us to import things, so our prices are going to go up. That's why gas is going up. Because we're having to import gas now because of the election. We aren't taking anything from home anymore. We are importing everything. That's why gas prices here in California are nearing $5 a gallon.
But the cryptocurrency, that's some internet money. That's nothing I have in my pocket.
I don't know very much about crypto.
I don't know it either. I feel like is it coins, crypto? You go to strip club and then throw that shit in the air. What is it?
It's cyber money.
It's kind of like, so you could deal with it, but only online. This is online money.
Pretty much electronic. I don't know all the details.
I like to have cash in my pocket.
I think the value of it was like $12,000 earlier this year per share or whatever it was. Now the shares are worth like $45,000. So you would have almost damn near quadrupled your money.
Damn.
It's very hard doing the stock market.
Time to probably spend a couple of hours to listen to people that talk about cryptocurrency, because I only hear it, but I don't know what it is. And and as long as you can't make it rain with crypto, I wasn't interested. So, brother, man, go ahead.
I was going to ask you, how was your trip to Egypt with Rami?
Bro, let me tell you something. That was for me, because I'm all about old, like especially old original world wonders, and there was something on my bucket list to go to Egypt to see the pyramids. I didn't go to Egypt to see Rami. It just happened. Fortunately, he's lived there, so he was right there. But I actually went there for a seminar that I agreed on last year in June. So I was set up for almost a year, or a little less than a year, and you know, and I was staying there for a week, and these guys, you know, they said they're going to show me whatever I want to see. I said, the first day, I said, I want to see the pyramids. It was awesome. I don't even know how to explain it. Once you drive in that direction, next thing you know, you see those huge pyramids in front of you. I mean, it was unbelievable. I mean, I don't even know how to describe it. It was like,
awesome,
yeah.
I was following you as you were there.
And I went in there too. I went inside.
Oh, yeah?
Usually, and I didn't know. I thought they have regular hallways or walk. No, this is like, I would say maybe 3.5, 4 feet high. So you walk in there, and it's a long walk. You got to walk totally bend over.
Oh, wow.
All bend over. So now you walk downwards first. I would say about 150 feet. And now this is if you're claustrophobic, there's no way. We were 20 guys there. I was the only one that went in with the tour guide. None of these guys wanted to go because they knew. I didn't know. I was like, yeah, I'm going. I ain't no punk. Shit. Listen, I walk in there, bend over. So now after, I don't even know, maybe 100 steps, I'm like, damn, how long do we have to do this? You know? So now I realized I couldn't even turn around to go back. There's only one way.
Because you're rubbing against the walls?
Yes, it was really narrow. There's no way you're going to turn around and walk back. So you literally had to go all the way until you get to this one part where you can stand up. So now keep in mind, we're walking downwards. And there's no stairs. It's just a slope, and they put little, I don't know, was it wood or steel, just so you have a kind of grip so you don't fall, so you don't slide all the way down. So you walk all the way down, and then he already kept walking upwards the other way. He said, hey, because I started feeling like, I said, am I out of shape? Or I said, hey, man, I think this is enough. I seen what I wanted to see. No, you have to go. You have to see this room where you see the grave. And so we walk upwards. So now I know I'm deep into a pyramid. I don't even know where I'm at. I'm thinking, damn, now I was this close, this close to getting a panic attack. Yeah. I'm telling myself, am I just out of breath, or am I getting a heart attack? What am I doing getting a heart attack in here? There's nobody. I'm going to die in this pyramid. Man. Because there's no way, there's no phone connection. No. So now I keep walking, and then this dude, finally got to this room where it was a big room, and all stone, of course, and there was this grave. I sat there, and I was like, bro, I'm about to pass out. You might just flip that thing over and just leave me in here. And then I said, let's go back, man. I literally started to slightly panic, just a little bit, because I'm in this damn pyramid. He said, this dude don't understand what I'm saying. If I catch a heart attack, by the time he be out there, I'm dead. What's he going to do, call the damn ambulance? They're not coming in here. So we walked back out. I'm glad. I wouldn't go back in there because I know now what it is, because before I was stupid, but I'm glad I was in there, because that was something else.
So you go back up that same way you came?
I had to go the same way, all the way back.
Like your shoulders rubbing the whole time?
Bro, I was sweating. I was panicking, and I'm trying not to show it. And
I pumped out of an MRI last week because they put the thing over my face. I was like, you know what? You got to schedule me for the bigger one. I'm out of here.
I promise you, then this is not for you, but you got to do it. You got to at least go. And the funny thing is, usually you can't drive up to the pyramids. There's 4 or 5 securities until you get to the huge gate where you have to literally walk in. And all we had to say is this guy said, well, with me, that brought me there, Rami's coach.
No, dude, that's so awesome.
They said, hold on. The chief of the security wanted to come meet me.
Dude,
Rami?
I'm so happy for Rami and the way his country's responding to it. Like, he deserves it so fucking much. I love that man.
Yeah.
Rami's my boy. Like, every time I see him, I get the biggest hug, the biggest, warmest hello. Like, I'm so happy.
I promise you, it's even worse than you think. It's you can't even describe it. You can't go anywhere.
Is he soaking it up, though?
Huh?
Is he soaking it up?
He is at a point where it's too much.
Too much.
It's a different status. He's on the same. You follow soccer, international soccer. Mohamed Salah, or whatever his name is, that's a famous Egyptian. He plays in Liverpool in the British highest league. He's a superstar, and Rami is on his level now. Those two guys are the biggest stars in Egypt. Anywhere you go, we can't even drive on the freeway. The cars left and right, they recognize him anywhere. It doesn't matter. And Rami, he would never say no to a photo. He gets out of the car. I was like, you stay in the damn car, man. Let's go. He gets out of the car, takes a picture with the guy that asked him, and by the time he gets up, the people see him, and they all come running. There goes.
Probably invites him over for dinner too.
There goes another hour of taking pictures. That's just who it is, you know.
I went to Kuwait and I saw, he goes, Jeremy, what are you doing in the hotel? He goes, next time you stay at my house, my wife makes you breakfast.
Yes, and she took care of me when I went away his place. I mean, that's what you call force feeding. She forces on you, you know? Yeah. Unbelievable. It's definitely worth it. If you get a chance to go to Egypt, and you have a lot of fans over there in Egypt, just so you know, okay? Especially Physique, because I did... the guy that brought me there, he wanted me there to do a seminar, and he wanted me to choose 4 athletes for Muscle Tech to sponsor those guys for a year or 2. So what they did was, not only did I do a seminar, they put a stage up, and they had almost 100 competitors stand in front of me for me to choose the top 4 guys. You know, it was almost like it was a contest, and I was the only judge.
That's cool.
You know, so it was awesome. This Physique, most of them were Physique guys. So I mean, definitely. And I don't know if whenever you're ready to travel again, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, I mean, that's our job, and that's how we make money. Let me know, because I can connect you with this guy, and that might be a different. I'll talk to you offline for that. That might be another option for you to do something, because. Really great people, man. Unbelievable. And they put their money where their mouth is.
Yeah.
And that's the important part.
Yeah.
All right, brother?
All right, man.
So what's the baby's name?
Eliana Rose.
Eliana Rose. Man, unbelievable, man. Brother, let me thank you for coming on here, man. I know it's not easy, but I appreciate you coming on, telling us your story. And I can't wait for the people to hear the new Jeremy Buendia. Okay.
Excited, man. I got a lot of things coming. We're relying a team right now, and I'll be being a lot more present on social media for people to see the journey back.
Yeah, they need to. They need to. Because listen, your fan base did not. Nothing's changed. You still get the most likes. You're still up there. So take advantage. And they see what they see through all the other stuff.
No, for me, it's more working my way back into the industry, into the IFTP.
Yeah.
You know, and there's a lot of bridges that I got to mend, and there's a lot of people I got to talk to, and I've distanced myself for the last few years. And maybe that time away has been good, and maybe we can start rekindling some relationships and get me back in.
Yeah. And sometimes it takes to be able to forgive certain things. Yeah. Not forget, but forgive. That's all it takes. All right, brother?
Absolutely.
So thanks again, man. I appreciate you, man. We love you. Take care, and hopefully see you soon, my friend.
All right,
take care, brother. Bye-bye.